and a good afternoon, Nick. How the heck are you?
It has been quite the 24-hour stretch, guys. In a year full of Kyrie intrigue almost every single day. So if I learn anything being around Kyrie, it's that you expect the unexpected at all times.
Why do you sound so happy? You sound
like my boy Tim McMahon.
You sound elated. Yeah, it sounds like you just dumped all your burdens on McMahon.
Yeah, McMahon knows what he's getting into, and he is not a happy camper. I mean, he's usually not a happy camper unless he's with Maria, but He is really not a happy camper now.
What are the chances Kyrie plays good basketball for the Mavs over like the next 5 months, do you think?
Very good. I think he knows what's at stake here. He knew coming off that suspension when he returned that he couldn't be a distraction off the floor. And to Kyrie's credit, prior to a couple days ago, he delivered. I mean, he is still an incredible player. He is a very, very talented guard offensively, the likes of which we really haven't seen much in this era. The guy's going to the Hall of Fame. The issue with Kyrie, guys, when you get into the Kyrie business, you know two things for sure. One, he's going to produce on the floor, and there are going to be nights you're like, I can't believe he just did that. That was unbelievable. And two, there's drama. There's always drama. In the moment right now for Dallas, I would soak in whatever happens over these next couple months because as history has shown us, the longer Kyrie stays in one place, the more the drama builds up. So that part is not going to change. But as far as Mark Cuban is concerned, it feels like the juice was worth the squeeze in this case because you have to hope that he can push Luka and the rest of that group to a different level. And that is the risk that you've got to take when you take this kind of swing.
And I am excited short term. I just wonder, like, when you guys say he'll be the best version of himself, but he also just demanded a trade in this same time period where he needs to be the best version of himself to increase his value, right?
Oh, yeah. That's part of the experience. Get ready.
Okay. All right.
And just when you think that things are going good, that's when you should really be prepared for things to start to slide off track. But when you think things are all the way off track, that's when he pulls you back in and he'll drop 35 on somebody and you think, oh, here we go. You know, they're rolling. So it's the most fascinating character, Kyrie is, that I've covered in my 15 years covering the league. But for all the good things that he brings, having watched the way that this net situation has imploded and knowing that Kyrie is at the center of so many things that have burst within this group over the last few years, I was surprised that Cuban made the move that he did here.
Well, Nick, you covered Kyrie, obviously, with his buddy in Kevin Durant. How do you think that the fit will be with him and now Luka?
Great players always find a way with other great players. They know, and I'd say this about Kevin and Kyrie, they knew that they could trust one another on the floor. Late in games for the Nets this year, it was Kevin came down the floor and he took a shot, and then the next time down, Kyrie took a shot, and when they were looking for each other, when things got really rough and the game was close, they were really only passing to each other. So I think from an offensive standpoint, it will work because those two are great players, future Hall of Fame players who will find a way to make it happen. Having said that, and it is a big but here, I don't know who the hell plays defense on that Mavericks team, especially when you trade away Dorian Finney-Smith and what he provides on the wing. So for as much hope as Kyrie brings in excitement, understandably, from the fan base, you're supposed to build teams to win titles. And I don't see with the construction, unless they make another move here in the next few days, how anybody could realistically believe that this Mavs team will be able to play defense at a high enough level for this to ultimately pay off. But that's why they play, and we're going to find out here in the next few months. But that, to me, it's not so much the fit with Luka. That will take some time, and there will be some growing pains. It's who is going to defend night after night in those postseason games.
Nick, what did Jacques Vaughn do to kind of keep this thing on track? It started off so poorly for the Nets, and then Jacques came in, had the interim tag, became the head coach there. What was he able to do? Is there any insight you can give us on that?
I think the biggest key is that Jacques had been here for multiple years and had built up his own relationships with the players. So once he took over for Nash, there was a feeling from the players that, hey, we can't let this guy down. He's poured everything he has into this team and into us. There was a respect there all along. But for as much credit as Jacques deserves, and guys, he's the one that when things were rolling said, hey, you don't need to come to shoot-arounds. You don't have to show up for practices every day if you don't want to. I want you to focus on the 30 or 35 minutes you're playing night to night. And that was specifically geared to Kevin and Kyrie, of course. What I would tell you is Jacques deserves a bunch of credit for getting them back on track. At the same time, Kevin and Kyrie are always going to be the ones who set the tone for themselves and everybody else. And I know that Kyrie coming back off that suspension in November was thinking, hey, not only do I have to show the rest of the league I can still play at a high level, but I have to show the rest of the league that I can abide by the rules that my team has in place because I want that next contract. So there are a lot of different layers there, as there always are when you add superstars to the mix. But to me, it's much more about what Kevin and Kyrie did when they looked in the mirror than what Jacques or anybody else in the organization might have said or did in the meantime.
How important is the Nico Harrison-Jason Kidd relationship that he's already got in terms of Kyrie and those guys?
I think it's really important, but I tell you this, guys, we hear this at every stage. Like, oh, man, Kyrie's so excited to be in fill-in-the-blank place. And over time, the relationships deteriorate. What did we keep hearing last summer? Oh, man, Kevin and Kyrie, they can't do anything without one another. That bond is too strong. Well, Kevin asked for a trade in last summer, and now Kyrie asked for and got a trade in the moment. So those narratives are all cool, and I don't doubt that Nico Harrison and Kidd have a relationship with Kyrie that they think will help make this all work. That's great now. I'd say talk to me in a year or so if he's still on this team, and let me know how everything is going, because there are going to be plenty of people in Brooklyn, there are going to be plenty of people in Boston, and there are plenty of people in Cleveland still who say, just give it time, set your watch. It's only a matter of time before everything starts to disintegrate.
ESPN's Nick Friedell, thank you so much for your time and insight, sir. Have a great week.
All right, you got it. Have a good one.